Hello friends, my name is Murtaza and I'm an accountant in Toronto.
We are an accounting, tax, and business consulting office based on in Toronto. So this video is going to be about TD1 form. I'm going to explain what it is and what TD1 form is used for and how to fill it in. So let's begin. So what is TD form? TD1 form. It's basically a form that generally if you switch your employment or you go to a new employer, their HR or payroll department will give this form to you to fill in. And the reason for that is that they need to know how they need to know your tax situation as far as the tax credits are concerned. Uh, the reason they are asking for this information is they have to deduct the amount of taxes from your salary and send it to the government. How much they have to deduct is determined by what information you provide them through TD1 form. Uh, so any payment that they need to know, they have to. There is some deductions at source that they have to make, and those deductions are dependent on the information which you provide through TD1 form. So TD1 form, it's for the employees that they have to provide this information to the employer, for people who are taking pension, and if you're getting any money from the employer or something, so you have to provide this information to the employers. So let's begin with filling this in. It's a very simple form basically. It's just a lot of information in it, and generally the government forms, they have a lot of information which generally is there to help us, but the language sometimes it's kind of scary, so people get scared of, oh, what is this tax form, I don't know what it is and all that. But it's a pretty simple form that, and you can do it yourself. So this video is actually gonna help you do it yourself, fill it the form yourself. You don't have to run to the accountant. So let's begin. This is and TD1 form. It's basically a federal government thing, and then also the province. So this is the federal, and I have one for the province, which is for Ontario, right? So you will have one for the federal, which remains the same, and you can have one for Quebec, which is different, and other provinces as well. So you have to fill in both because you are paying taxes. Your taxes are being deducted from your salary for both the governments, the federal as well as the provincial. So let's begin. So the first portion is about your information: first name, last name, date of birth, SIN number, address, and all those things. You can put that in. And again, this form you can download it from CRA website. Just Google TD1 form, or the employer is going to give this form to you. The second thing is, okay, so you put your information in. The next thing is all these steps or the information that you have to go through. You just read those one by one, and then you should be able to complete this form. All right. So the first thing is basic personal amount. So this is the same for everyone. Every resident in Canada has to fill this in. So for 2022, it's 14,398. You're going to put that amount here. Now next, all these things you're going to have to see if that is eligible. If those apply to you or not. And if you're kind of confused, you can take out your last year tax return and see if you can read that. See what kind of credits that you claimed during the last tax return. So the second thing is Canada caregiver amount for infirm children. So if you have children under the age of 18 which are infirm, you can put the amount in for that, which is 2,350. You're going to put that amount in here if that's applicable to you. Age amount, if you're over the age of 65, then you have to tell that you get the age credit as well. For that, you're going to put the amount over here. The pension, if you're getting any pension from a CPP or old age or something, you're gonna have to mention that and get that credit here. Tuition, so if you're a student, full-time or part-time, you have to do some calculation. And again, if you're confused over here, you can always leave this blank and let that be taken care of at the time when you file your tax return. Again, disability amount, if you're claiming any disability credits, you're gonna have to put this amount, 8,870 for this year over here in this box. Spouse or common law, if you're married, you have a spouse, you have a common law partner and they're not working, you can claim their amounts as well, so you're gonna put the amount over here in this box. If you have dependents, you can claim their amount, so you're gonna put this amount over here depending on how many dependents you have and what is their situation. So under the age of 18, if they're not making money, you're gonna put 2350 for each over here. If you're providing any care to any dependent or the common law partner, again you get the credit from the government. You're gonna put that here, and the same thing for the dependents. If you have dependents, which you for the caregiver amount, you can get the credit from the government. You put that amount here. The next two, 11 and 12, are for the tax credits that get transferred to you from your spouse or your dependents. For example, tuition credits. You have kids who have tuition credit and you want that to be transferred to you, which is maximum 5,000. So you can put those here if that is the plan. If you don't know, if you're unsure about it, leave it blank and leave it to the time when you file your taxes. So once all these are done, you're going to add up all the numbers, whatever is applicable to you, all the numbers, and put the final amount here, total amounts here. That's pretty much it. Now, next step is going to be, so you're going to have to check one of these, like you have to check of these boxes if they're applicable to you. So for example, if you're doing multiple jobs, you don't want tax to be deducted at all the jobs. So for example, if I'm doing 2 or 3 jobs, I don't want full taxes to be deducted at all 3, because I'll be paying a lot of tax or getting a lot of tax deducted at each income source. So if you're doing if you have multiple employers, you're going to check this one, right? And by the way, if more tax gets deducted off of your salary at every paycheck, don't worry, you're going to still get it. If you've paid in excess, you're going to get that refunded to you by the government when you file your income tax return. So sometimes people have that saving strategy as well, that okay, I'm getting more tax deducted off of my salary, so that once at the end of the year when I file my tax, I'll get more refund. So it's kind of a salary, it's kind of a saving for me. The other thing is, the next one is total income less total claim amount. So again, if this amount over here, the total amount for all your credits is more than what you're going to be getting from this employer, if this amount is more than your expected salary, you're going to have to check this box. The next is for non-residents. If you're a non-resident, you're going to have to check the applicable box. If you're living in certain territories, you're going to have to see which one applies to you. So that's pretty much it. And then you just have to sign this off and put the date and send it to your payroll or the HR department. So that's pretty much it for the federal TD1, and then you'll get one for the province as well. So for example, right now I have the one for the Ontario government, because as I said, that both governments, you have to pay income tax on your income to the federal government as well as the provincial government. So over here, you're gonna again fill in the same information, your name, address, and social number, and all those. Once you're done, in Ontario, you have a basic amount as well for each resident. So this is, in this year, it's 11,141. And then again, the same, you have to go through a few of the questions, see if these situations apply to you. For example, age amount, again, over the age of 65, pension amount, any disability credit that you're claiming for your spouse, you're going to put that amount here. For your eligible dependents, number of dependents you have, their situation, you're going to put here. If you're a caregiver for your dependents or your spouse or grandchildren, whatever, so you're going to see this here, put the amount here. And any tax credits that get transferred to you from your spouse or your dependents, you're going to put those here, right? So and then the total amount of the credits. And then again, the same thing, if you're doing multiple jobs, you have multiple employers, you're getting multiple salary from multiple companies or employers, you're going to put a check and check this box off. And if this amount of total credits is more than the salary you're expecting off of this job, you're going to check this box and then just sign it and sign off and send to the payroll department. So that's pretty much it. Just to summarize it, TD1 form you're going to get from employer because they want to know what your tax situation is, what credits you're claiming, so that they know how much tax they should deduct from your paycheck. Number two, it's a simple form. It's not a very scary form. You can do it yourself easily. You just have to go through all these kind of situations or credits if you are claiming those or not. You just read through and put the relevant amounts in, add all those credits up, and if you're doing multiple job, check this box to tell the employer that you have other employer as well. And if your credits are more than the expected salary, then you check this off and just that's it, right? So it's pretty simple. If you like the video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, you can just write those questions in the comments, and I'll definitely respond to those. All right, have yourself a great day. Take care. Bye.